The A-frame annex, a boundary battle royale. I snagged this house for the peace and quiet, the ultimate chill factor. But the minute I dropped the first snap of the deck, this massive cantilevered beauty, it went absolutely nuclear in the family group chat. By Friday, my mom, Celeste, texted, "OMG, that is epic." Julian and Belle are totally moving in by Friday. It's a sign. They rolled up with enough luggage to outfit a small army, a brand new crib, and, get this, a locksmith. I thought I was finally claiming my own space. Nope. Turns out I was just interrupting a master plan that had my name forged all over it. The name's Faith Stewart. I'm a brand strategist in a swanky Harborview agency, and I'm slaying it. I build narratives for a living, finding a product's core truth and spinning it into gold. I'm good at taking a messy reality and making it look strong AF. I'd spent my whole life trying to escape my childhood home in Maplebridge, Connecticut, a place that was perfectly manicured, but reeked of control in a sweater vest. Our family was a constellation, all right. My parents, Gregory and Celeste, were the gravity. My older brother, Julian, was the blazing sun, the golden boy. And me? I was some distant, frozen rock. The house walls were a Julian shrine. My entire life, my debate trophies, my honor roll scrolls, my published poem, was stuffed in a banker's box under the basement stairs. Didn't match the decor, you see. The faith eraser was a habit that became a tradition, worst around the holidays. Every year, a new, polite excuse for why I wasn't invited. You're just so independent. We know you're always fine on your own. I learned the truth early. My achievements were just material for Julian's unpaid editor role. The Christmas my parents lied about going to Palm Beach, only for me to see their happy family photo in Nana Ruth's kitchen, was the final click of the door. My coping mechanism became hyper-competence. I stopped leaving room in my schedule just in case and planned my Decembers with military precision. I made my exclusion look like my choice. I replaced the scent of someone else's holiday with crisp, clean peppermint, the scent of my hard-won, solitary peace. My hard work paid off when my campaign for Tideline Outdoors crushed its targets. My boss, Arthur, handed me a bonus check, $85,000. It wasn't a number, it was an escape hatch. The only person I called was Nana Ruth, the only one who didn't filter me. "Well, it's about time they noticed," she crackled. "You built this all by yourself." That was the validation I needed. That night, I opened Zillow and saw it. A pure, dramatic, black A-frame in the Elcrest Range. The entire wall facing the valley was glass. I cold-called the realtor, Maya, who gave me an impromptu FaceTime tour. The deck was vast, hanging over nothing. I asked myself, can I picture waking up here alone and feeling safe? Yes. The next morning, I created Heon Pine LLC. My name would not be on the deed. It was a fortress. An all-cash offer, 21-day close. My new creed was silent but absolute. Keys mine. Address private. Access invite only. The first few weeks were a montage of pure physical labor. I sanded down the old cabinets, stripping away a layer of my own skin. I installed heavy-duty smart locks with reinforced strike plates. The decisive, solid thunk of the new bolt sliding into place was the sound of absolute security. I built the guest beds with my own hands because I wanted to choose who got to stay. The house was no longer just a fortress. It held the capacity for joy. After a successful test run with my work friends, Priya, Gabe, and Luce, I felt completely settled. I posted one set of photos to my private Instagram with 5 simple words: bought myself a quiet place. Less than an hour later, the Stewart family updates group chat went nuclear. My mother, Celeste, pasted the photo and proclaimed, "Exciting news, everyone. Julian and Belle are totally moving in by Friday. We'll bring their nursery things up this Friday. So blessed." Followed by Julian's triumphant thumbs up and a photo of a box labeled nursery. My new house was declared a crown colony for the Republic of Julian. My mother's final private text sealed it. "Christmas is at your place. That's settled. It's non-negotiable." I typed 3 words. Number 1, I have plans. I hit send. My father, Gregory, called immediately. His voice was all corporate chill. "This isn't a game. It's a simple alignment of resources. Be useful. I kept my voice perfectly even. No one is moving in. That is final. Nana Ruth called moments later. Don't let them bully you, kiddo. They think no is just a suggestion. If those cars pull up, you do not open that door. You call the local sheriff. I knew my next move. I didn't call a counselor. I called a property litigator, Sable Winters. She was a scientist examining data. She confirmed they were attempting economic coercion and annexation. We filed a formal no trespass letter with the county sheriff, naming Gregory, Celeste, and Julian. The police hate ambiguity. We are going to remove it. December 23rd, 7:42 p.m. My phone buzzed. Motion detected. Driveway. I opened the camera app. 2 dark SUVs. My parents, Julian, and a heavily pregnant Belle, and the 5th person, a locksmith. They arrived with suitcases, a crib, and a man they had hired to break into my home. I pressed the talk icon on the doorbell. My voice was metallic and inhuman. This is private property. This is not authorized. Please leave. My mother rushed the camera. We brought a smoked ham. Then the locksmith pulled out a drill. That was the line. I called county dispatch. I am reporting an active trespass. They have brought a locksmith and are at this moment attempting to drill my deadbolt. Moments later, the world lit up in red and blue. A deputy stepped onto the porch. My family froze. My mother immediately launched into the victim role. This is a terrible, terrible misunderstanding. This is our daughter's house. The deputy did not blink. The bad news is, this property is not owned by Faith Stewart. It is owned by a corporation, High and Pine LLC, and I have a legally filed, recorded, no trespass letter, specifically barring Gregory, Celeste, and Julian Stewart from this parcel. The locksmith grabbed his tools and practically ran to his van. My father sputtered threats of lawyers. The deputy pulled out a manila envelope. You can call any lawyer you like, but you will be calling them from a hotel, because tonight you are leaving. It was checkmate. They loaded their things in furious silence, the deputy standing guard. But they weren't done. The physical assault failed, so they pivoted to administrative occupation. They attempted to file a forged, informal family tenancy agreement using a fake middle initial, Faith M. Stewart, and tried to add Julian to my utility and car registration accounts. They were building a paper trail that proved I was incompetent, and they were the responsible parties. The final straw came at 2:11 a.m. on December 30th. My phone shrieked, "Geofence alert, mailbox cluster." I opened the trail cam app. My father, Gregory, in the dark, was forcing thick white business envelopes into my locked P.O. box. Affidavits claiming Julian and Belle were now full-time residents, signed by him as property manager. I had the video and the paperwork. I sent it all to Sable. He is actively manufacturing evidence. Sable's reply was swift. This is the last piece. I am filing the emergency motion now. He is done. The petition for a protective order was now active. New Year's Eve, the night they love the drama of the biggest holiday, I wasn't alone. I called my friends and neighbors. My house was full of laughter, warmth, and witnesses. I put the final piece of my defense on the entry table, a laminated sheet with the no trespass letter, and the first page of the emergency motion, stamped in red by the county clerk. They came anyway. 2 dark SUVs. My parents, Julian, Belle, and a man in a sharp blazer, a family mediator, retained to force an amicable resolution through a fake legal theory of consent by silence. I opened the door, a room full of silent witnesses behind me. The mediator pulled out his paperwork. I held up my laminated sheet. Consent by silence isn't consent. Gregory, it's a delusion, Julian snapped. You think this is impressive? Your little party, your fake friends. You're alone, Faith. We're a family. I looked past his shoulder. I'm not alone. Deputy Miller stepped out from the shadows of the entry hall. The mediator looked like he had swallowed his tie. The deputy served them with a formal summons. You are in violation of a filed no trespass order. You are also in violation of an active emergency petition for a protective order. The entire rotten structure collapsed. My mother reached for Belle's hand, her last ally. Belle yanked her hand away. Her voice was trembling but clear. "No, I'm not having my baby in a house we stole. I'm going home." She turned and slammed the SUV door. My father was deflated. My brother was dumbfounded. The mediator was a blur, heading for the car. The deputy watched them go. I stepped back inside. I closed my solid wood door and turned the deadbolt. The heavy, reinforced thunk sounded final. I turned back to my friends, my neighbors, my guests. I smiled, a real, warm smile. "As I was saying," I said, walking toward the kitchen, "hot cocoa on the deck. Who wants extra whipped cream?" The fight was over. The house had held.